For the immigrants and the people who are in America who may do this by accident. Sometimes when a government official, if you're getting your driver's license, hands you over a document, or if some third-party group's coming to register you, you may sign this. You may sign it. You may register yourself to vote. If you do that, you're guilty of a 5th-degree felony. And we just had a case yesterday in Erie County where an individual who wasn't a citizen was unable to become a citizen because they had registered to vote and their citizenship application was denied. They may have completely done this by mistake. In most cases that we're talking about here, we don't believe that there's a nefarious intent. We're not suggesting that it's widespread or systemic, or that it has any political overtones to it at all. These are just mistakes that occur. Sometimes they're mistakes that sometimes they're things that people do intentionally. Sometimes they are completely in error. And we should build a system that makes sure that those kinds of things don't happen, that guard against somebody making a mistake, that protect the integrity of our elections process. And I want to emphasize what this is and what it's not, too. This is not about immigration. This is about elections. I recently spoke with a group of Hispanic leaders that I discussed what I asked the president to do and what I asked the Congress to do, and that I hope that the President and the Congress will pass a comprehensive immigration reform plan, and that we can move past some of those questions. But no matter whether it happens through executive action or whether it happens through an act of Congress, election officials need access to this data so that we can maintain the integrity of our voter rolls. I also want to emphasize that this is not about a particular immigrant community or political party. When you look at the information that we have, there's no evidence that the people that fall under this category are from any particular country or part of the world. It is across the board, and we also know that the people who are registered are independents, Republicans, and Democrats. There are equal opportunity mistake makers or violators, however you want to identify them, who fall into these categories. And I want to make sure that we're putting this in the proper perspective, because sometimes I'll get a question like I did when I was testifying before Congress, where people ask me, well, this isn't a big problem. Why should we spend any time on it? Well, how many violations of the law should we tolerate before we think it's a big deal? I don't think it's any, particularly when, with the cooperation of the federal government and a good voter system in the state of Ohio, we can eliminate this problem for everybody. These are the kinds of mistakes and problems that we don't need to have, that we can make sure that go away, so that we can. But I hope that in explaining this, that the public knows that we're doing our best to maintain the integrity of the election system, to hold people accountable when they violate it, to work to try to make it better, and to be constructive about how we do this. And it's worth repeating that we've had, just in the last 16 months, 70 elections that were decided by one voter tide. Includes mayor's races, city council races, school levies. There are a lot of close races in Ohio, and what we're trying to do is to make sure every day that we're doing a better job to improve the integrity of our elections. And so with that, I will stop and answer any questions that you might have about this. But I hope that, again, I'll emphasize the point that we're working hard every single day to clean up Ohio's voter rolls, to do our best job to make sure that there's nobody on those voter rolls that shouldn't be, that we have an obligation as a state and federal government to help solve this problem, and that people should know that none of these affected the outcome of an election, and so that's the good news. But eventually, if we don't get at solving these problems, it will, and that will be a sad day, and we don't want that day to come, and so we will continue to do our job at cleaning up the voter rolls, and we'll continue to push the federal government to give us the information that we need to help us do that.